Hello everyone. We are waiting for participants to join, so we'll start the session in next few minutes.
Hello, good evening, everyone. We will start in another few minutes.
Hello everyone, I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. We'll start with this session. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Shubh Parmar, your host for today's webinar. My team and I are here to make sure you have a seamless and engaging experience. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to use the chat window. We are here to help. So the topic for today is building a cloud career. So today's event is sponsored by Synergetics. Synergetics is a leading edge learning solutions provider in India offering specialized training and consulting services. We empower businesses and professionals to thrive in today's fast evolving tech landscape by delivering transformative learning experiences. Our core focus is on enabling digital transformation through innovative skilling programs, advisory services, and end to end implementation support. From modernizing IT frameworks to mastering emerging technologies like AI, cloud computing, and DevOps, Synergetics is committed to equipping you with the tools and knowledge to succeed. Um, we are thrilled to have Mr. Sonu Satyadas as our today's speaker. He's a certified Microsoft trainer and assistant manager technology at Synergetics. He brings a wealth of knowledge and experience in AI and cloud technologies. The agenda for this webinar is Introduction to Cloud Career Opportunities, overview of cloud job roles and required skills, benefits of cloud certifications and training resources, steps to plan and pursue a cloud career, self assessment, networking, skill building, tips for effective communication and resume building, resources from AWS Skills Center for continued learning. We run communities on Meetup. This is the emerging technology community. Anyone who are eager to learn about technological knowledge can join this community on Meetup. We run we have multiple communities in Pune, Gujarat, Nagpur, and Indore. Those who are interested to join this community, please log into the Meetup app and gain your knowledge for free. Accelerate your cloud journey with our AWS webinar series. Whether you are just getting started or looking to deepen your expertise, a curated webinar series has something for everyone. Launch your tech career with AWS Basics, which is perfect for beginners. Understand AWS fundamentals, explore career roles, and kickstart your certification journey. For IT professionals and developers, dive into cloud architecture, migrations, and advanced tools like machine learning and prompt engineering. For data and AI professionals, master data strategies, analytics, and AI essentials that help you stay ahead in a data driven world. For business and technical decision makers, gain clarity on cloud investments, generative AI use cases, and why AWS certification adds strategic value. I would like to take a moment to share information about the certification workshops we conduct at Synergetics. The Saturday webinars you have been attending are designed to give you a brief overview and summary of the full course content. However, the HL certification training programs for these courses run over 4 days, and we are currently offering them at a special discounted rate exclusively for the webinar attendees. On my screen, you can see the list of in demand certification courses we are currently focusing on. For more details regarding the sessions, I'll share contact of one of my colleague, Mr. Vivek Balasundaram. You can connect with him for further details. Do follow us on our social media platforms to get relevant updates on upcoming webinars, workshops, and certification trainings we do. Also, the links are shared in the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me. Now we'll hand over the mic to our speaker.
Thank you, Shubh. So, hello everyone. Welcome to this quick session on building the cloud career. the screen is visible to all of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Myself, Sonu Satyadas, and I'm the Assistant Manager Technology at Synergetics. I'm a certified cloud trainer for AWS as well as Microsoft. I'm also working on the AI technologies, both AWS and Azure Cloud AI services. So, in this session, we are looking about the cloud carrier. So, this is the continuation of the webinar series. So, in our previous webinars, we have discussed about the different job roles in the cloud and also why we have to get certified and what is the importance of getting certifications. What are the different kinds of certifications we have in AWS? And in today's session, we are looking the cloud carrier, building in cloud carrier. So if you are a beginner who is interested to learn about the cloud or who wants to become an expert in the cloud, what are the different learning options you have, and what are the different job roles you have in cloud? We will discuss about that. So, primarily, you can learn about the AWS cloud through the AWS webinars and events that we conduct on behalf of AWS. And we have also the AWS Skill Builder digital training content. So if you are interested, you can go and create an account in the AWS Skill Builder and you can see hundreds of free courses and paid courses available in Skill Builder. So when you navigate to the Skill Builder, you will be able to see a page like this. This is the Skill Builder. You can see various learning plans and courses in Skill Builder. You can select and enroll to any digital courses offered by AWS. And not every course is free, but if you select a particular course, you will be able to see whether it is a paid or a free course. So in this, I have selected, so I don't know, it's not loading. Just let me refresh. Let's go back and select any other. Okay, so you can see this is one course which is the AWS Certified AI Practitioner, and I have enrolled this course, and this is a free course that you can enroll. And if you are interested, there are different digital courses you can explore. And suppose if you want to explore the courses based on your uh, role. Suppose if you are a data engineer or developer or DevOps engineer or a cloud architect, based on your job role, you can go and select the appropriate courses. Or if you want to identify the courses based on the product domain, whether you are interested in artificial intelligence or blockchain or container services or the compute services or IoT services, you can go and search the digital courses based on the product domain. Also, you can find the courses for various certifications like fundamental certifications, associate level certifications, professional certifications, and specialty certifications. So, this skill builder is giving you more than 600 courses on various domains and roles. So, I request all of you to be on mute. So, this skill builder is offering over 600 plus digital courses, but not every course is free course, so that you can uh, find out the courses whether it is free or subscription is required, or whether you can join through some uh, organization's access account. So you will be able to learn about the cloud services either through the webinars that we conduct or the events that we conduct, or you can use the skill builder digital training courses offered by AWS, or you can also join the skill center live instructor led training. These skill centers are primarily located in US locations, the Arlington and Seattle. You can visit the skill centers where uh, you will be getting the free access to the live classrooms. There will be events or sessions conducted by the trainers, so you can join the session if you are interested on that particular course. But in India at this point time, there is no such skill centers. So these skill centers, if you want to know or if you want to learn about the skill centers and want to know about the courses or the sessions that they offer, you can scan that code which is shown in the page. So if anyone who are in US or in this locations who wants to physically attend the sessions at skill centers, you will be able to join this sessions at skill centers. So if you are interested to know about the cloud, what cloud can offer, and what are the different career options you have in cloud, and also you want to learn about the tools and technologies to succeed, because technology is keep changing. So containers, cloud, AI tools, agentic services, and that the technologies keep changing. So the tools and technologies that you want to learn to success, you can join this session to understand about the different courses offered by AWS, different tools and technologies that is available on AWS, and also the various cloud uh, job roles in the uh, cloud domain. And also, if you are interested to learn about the various technologies and their implementations, so these courses offered by AWS will help you to enhance your skills on the cloud technologies. So on this session, you will be understanding the steps in your career journey. What are the different job roles available on cloud, and identify your goals in a cloud career, and identify the training to achieve your goals. So first, let's discuss about the certifications. So it is now very, very important to get certified on technologies, whether it is a cloud technology or AI or DevOps or any other dev tools and technologies. It is important to get certified on that technologies because this is the primary tool used by the interviewers or the organizations to evaluate the candidates, whether you are really aware about the technology or whether you are really skilled on that particular technology. So the certificates or certifications are the proof that you have learned something on that particular technology or domain. So cloud skills are in demand from 2000 to 2024-25 time. Cloud is an essential part of our job or our day-to-day life because before 2020, cloud journey has started, but organizations were not really interested or organizations were struggling to migrate their workloads to the cloud. But from 2020 onwards, there is a huge demand in the cloud services because most of the startups or the multinational companies are migrating their existing workloads to the cloud. The number of jobs opportunities in the cloud domain or cloud technologies is very, very high and it keeps increasing. So, according to the CRN's report, that is from March 2018 to March 2021, the share of the cloud computing jobs per million increased by whopping 42%. So that means there is a huge demand in the uh, uh, cloud usage. So if an organization wants to use the cloud technologies, obviously the roles, the job roles are also aligned to the cloud technologies. So if, for example, if you are planning to build and deploy the applications on cloud, so you need to know the cloud technologies. So there will be a cloud network engineer, cloud security engineer, cloud DevOps engineer, cloud infrastructure associate, cloud architect, and many, many job roles are there in the cloud domain. So the global cloud computing market reached 274 plus billion in 2020, and it's going to reach the 1.25 trillion by 2028, according to the research by the Cloudy Jobs. Okay, so going forward, the use of cloud and cloud related technologies will be very high because none of the organizations who means none of the organizations are going to maintain their infrastructure only inside the on-premise environment. They are either migrating completely to the cloud or they are building a hybrid environment. And also the relevance of AI and AI related technologies are also keep increasing. The demand for the AI technologies also keep increasing. Building the AI tools and technologies on the cloud infrastructure is in high demand as you know, currently most of the AI services, generative AI services, are running from the cloud environment, whether it is Midjourney, OpenAI, or any other cloud tools and technologies. They are using either the Microsoft or AWS or Google cloud technologies. So every technologies that is used by the organizations at this point of time, whether it is DevOps or AI or any other tools or technology that are closely connected with the cloud services. So going forward, even though there will be no direct impact on the cloud services, all the other tools and technologies are directly connected with the cloud services. So you can see a huge impact on the cloud roles and technologies, and also the technologies in and around the cloud and AI. It is projected that 85% of the jobs in 2030 haven't been invented yet because, as you know, from the last 2 years, there are hundreds of new roles are invented, whether it is Gen AI expert or prompt engineering expert. So if you see, there are new job roles are coming, and all of them are directly or indirectly connected to the cloud technology. Because if you are looking, most of these job roles are in and around this AI or cloud services. So according to the Dell Technologies report, by 2030, you can see a very huge impact or huge list of cloud or AI related services. And you can also find the jobs related to the cloud technologies. So you can see that report as you see here, the report which is published by Dell, you can see they are predicting that there will be a huge impact on the AI and AI related services and uh, virtual reality and cloud other cloud based technologies like something like a collaborative AI, multi-modal interfaces, extended reality, and also you can see go through this document to understand their impact on various domains. And also you can see the report of CRN saying that there are roles like a cloud architect, cloud engineer, cloud automation engineer, cloud security engineer, full stack cloud-based application developers, and more. So there are jobs in and around the cloud technologies, which you can start building your career uh, with the cloud technologies. But for that, first you have to understand what you already know, or you have to know yourself. Secondly, you have to know what you want, where you want to go, or what you want to learn, and build a network of people and gather the feedback, and then continue to learn something new always. So to know yourself, you have to first understand what you already know and what is your interest area, whether you want to be a DevOps engineer or a security engineer or network engineer or AI expert. So you have to understand your potentials and identify the routes. So where are you at right now? So I'm a brand new technology. I know how to use a computer, smartphone, and business apps, and I come from a computer technology background. So you have to understand whether these points or these questions are connected to you and what is the answer at this point. So whether you are completely new to the technology, means you are not coming from a computer technology background. So what is the starting step from where you have to start? You need to identify your current skills and your knowledge level to start. And what are the different skills you have? Based on that, you can start selecting a learning path. Secondly, you have to know what you want. As I mentioned earlier, there are different cloud related or cloud carriers and cloud adjacent carriers, which is more related to the cloud carriers. Something like a cloud engineer, cloud security, cloud support, cloud administrators, cloud software developer. These are the job roles which are directly connected with the cloud technologies. But there are some other job roles which are also connected to the cloud technologies, but they may not be a direct cloud-based job role. For example, data center technician, sales and marketing, finance, project management, or program management. So you may be using the cloud indirectly, but you may be working in any one of these domains. Like maybe you are working on a sales and marketing. But for your sales and marketing activities, you will be using the cloud tools and technologies. For example, for distributing the mails and newsletters, you may be using a cloud service. For publishing the events, you can use the push notifications. There you will use the cloud technologies. For hosting the live stream events, you will be using the video streaming services from the cloud. Like this, you are directly or indirectly using the cloud services, or you will be directly or indirectly connected with the cloud services. So the common competencies and qualifications required. First of all, you have to be familiar with, or you should have to have a basic understanding of the public cloud service providers. So these public service or public cloud providers are AWS, Google, or Microsoft Azure. So you have to have the basic understanding of these clouds. So what is a cloud? Where I can use the cloud services? What are the different tools and technologies used in the cloud? It's not required an in-depth knowledge on these technologies, but you have to have a basic understanding of these cloud service providers, what kind of services they offer. And also their cloud computing technologies and the network and operating system platforms, because the cloud is using the interconnected networks. So the data center networking, the operating system that we use uh, virtually. That means when you create a virtual machine, you are creating a virtual machine to host your applications. So you have to have the basic understanding of these cloud technologies, networking, and the operating system platforms. So what are the different operating systems we can use in the cloud? Like as we know, we have different operating systems like primarily the Windows, Linux, and Mac. But whether all these systems are available in the cloud or not, if available, which of the operating systems are available for free, which of them are paid, means licensed operating systems, for hosting the applications and services, which operating system services are suitable. So these things are important to start with. And you should have a strong and verbal communication skills. So not only to interact with your colleagues, managers, and also you may have to communicate with the cloud service providers support team. And you have to have technical writing skills because you may be required to create the reports or the other documents which is required for the cloud deployment. Then you have to build a network of professionals. Means the best way to build a team or a group is through the LinkedIn. I think all of you are already a member of this LinkedIn. So you have to connect those who can help you and grow professionally. So identify the members or people who are very good in those technologies which you are interested. For example, if I'm interested in AI technologies, I need to go and find out people in the network who is already there in the AI and other AI related technologies. And I have to follow them to get the new updates from them. So it is always important for to get connected with uh, those techies. Don't focus on the executives because they may not be technically skilled or they may not be using the cloud service directly. So you have to start following groups of maybe 1K or more members there. Suppose identify the technology groups and start following them. You can follow them on the YouTube, LinkedIn, and other social media platforms to get the new updates about the technologies and the related uh, topics. Follow the companies which you want to work for. Suppose if you are interested to work on a particular company, so try to understand their current technology stack, what is their work profile, what they are currently doing, what industry or domain they are in, what kind of projects they are delivering, and if there is a migration, like if they are planning to migrate to any other new technologies, like adoption of new technology. So all these updates you will get from these companies' portals. Suppose if you are interested to work on a particular company, start following their channels, start visiting their websites continuously to get updates about the technology changes, what is happening in that company. Identify the individuals that are in the career that you want to have. So, as I mentioned earlier, suppose if you want to become a cloud architect, you have to start following the people or identify and start following the people who are already into that domain or that role. So they can give you advice, they can give you updates about those job roles, what is happening in their life, what kind of changes had happened, all kind of updates you will get from them if you follow them. And also it is very, very important to attend the meetups. So organizations like Synergetics, we are also conducting meetups, technology meetups at various cities. So we are conducting meetups in Mumbai, Pune, Indore, and many other locations. So if you want to know about the new technologies, emerging technologies, try to attend the maximum number of meetups, technology meetups, because these organizations who organize these technology meetups, they will try to deliver or they will try to introduce the new technologies and the technology related services in those meetups. And that will help you to explore more about the cloud and cloud related services. So Synergetics itself is conducting meetups at various cities. You can follow the meetup channel or meetup. You can install and explore the meetup channel at for Synergetics to identify what are the different meetups we are conducting in future. So when you build the resume, suppose if you are trying to apply for a job, so how you can express yourself. So when you write a resume for yourself, it is very important to write an introductory paragraph. That introductory paragraph should convey the information about you. It should be very clear and concise. So instead of writing very detailed informations, it has to be simple and very clear. So you can see some of the examples here, like I am a senior technical education leader with over 35 years developing software in cloud infrastructure and software architecture and aligning training skills, validations with the global learner needs. And you can specify this is your introductory paragraph. Or you can also see another example here. And this is something new. So we can see we have to write this kind of introductory paragraph, which helps the interviewer to understand about you in their first see itself. So when they look into the profile or when they look into the CV, they will come to know about your experience, your technical skills, your interest, and what you have done in the past. All they can understand from this introductory paragraph itself. So it is important to include an introductory paragraph in the CV. And also you have to include something like what do you have to offer a potential employer. So something like this. So this says that my expertise spans leading integration and development of cloud infrastructure and web application solutions with a focus on open standards and agile development practices. I'm an experienced technical trainer and I'm passionate about coaching and mentoring the next generation of cloud ready talent. So this paragraph is saying that you have the skills on various technologies and what you can contribute or what you can do to the company. Like here, you can see an example that you are passionate about coaching and mentoring the next generation of cloud ready talent. Here are some more examples you can see. My expertise in the web development and communication platforms. I have 2 year experience working with the non-profit organizations, consulting on community outreach programs. I have managed their social media campaigns and contributed to their current website. So this clearly says what you have achieved or what you can do for the employer. So in your CV, you also need to include something like this, which is says what you can contribute. And what skills or specialities do you want a future employer to see first? So you can also specify the skills and specialities uh, uh, paragraph where the employer can see. So in at first see itself, they will be able to understand, okay, what are the different skill sets you have, like specialities. I hold 5 patents, 3 AWS certifications, and I'm a uh, I am a published book author. I'm skilled in complex long-term sales, cloud infrastructure, and software development project management. So this example or this says that you have various skill sets and you have achieved something which helps the organizations to go ahead. So here the second one, which is clearly saying your experience and skill set on certain specific technologies like Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon RDS, and the big data technologies. So even though you are not very skilled in other technologies, but you are specialized on certain tools and technologies, something like a databases. Similarly, you can also see another example, which is clearly saying what kind of certifications you have and what kind of projects you were part of it and you have completed. So this gives a visibility to your CV, and in the first C itself, the employer can identify what kind of skill sets and specialities you have. And we have discussed about the networks and how you communicate with your network. Suppose if you are part of LinkedIn or other social media platform where you can connect other people. So make sure that you are specific to say that know what you are asking for. So you have to clearly specify what you are interested in. Suppose if you are interested in DevOps technologies, you have to identify and follow the channels on that only. Know the value that you bring. So what you can contribute to there. So in these communication channels, you have to clearly specify what you are interested in and what you can contribute to this channel. And make your resume specific to the role. So don't write a cookie cutter resume. So do not say that, okay, I can do that, I can do this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. So instead of that, what kind of job role you are looking for and what kind of job role you have done. So make it clear in the resume and highlight how you fill each basic and preferred qualification. Suppose if you are preparing or if you are appearing for a particular job, what are the different skill sets you have and how these skill sets helps the organizations to complete their task. Suppose if you are looking for or you are applying for a job for cloud architect, you can clearly mention inside your resume that what kind of architecting projects you have been part and what kind of architecting works you have completed. So you can mention that inside your profile. The step 4 is gathering the feedback. So it is important to get the feedback from multiple members. So you can take the feedback of your resume from your family, colleagues, or your peers. So review your resume with them. So you can give the resume with them. So if they are providing some comments or feedbacks, take it positively and make the appropriate changes in the resume. And always you have to practice for the interviews, because you may be technically fit on the cloud services. Okay, yes, I know the cloud services in AWS, but if you are appearing for an architecting job, you have to prepare for the kind of questions that comes in the architecting evaluations, because not every job is doing the same thing. Even though you are working on the same technology, like you are working on AWS, but you are an AWS developer. You are working on AWS, but you are an AWS infrastructure administrator. You know AWS, and you are a AWS solution architect. Yes, you all are working in AWS, but your job role is different. So it doesn't mean that a developer can do the work of architect, or architect can do the work of a developer. So what is the job role you are appearing, or you are trying to attend? You have to prepare specifically for that. Identify the questions, identify the uh, yeah, identify the questions related to that particular job role, because you are already doing maybe a developer's job, you know about the AWS cloud, but when you try to appear for an cloud architect's job role, the questions asked by the employer will be completely different from what you have learned and what you have done in the past. Because the job of an architect is completely different from the job of a developer. So you have to practice before every interview. Ask the hard questions like, am I good hire on paper? What is missing from my resume? And what should I be learning to improve my chances? Yes, obviously, you can ask this to the interviewer or your colleague, like, because feedbacks you can take from anywhere. So you can say, okay, is there something missing in the resume? You can get it verified with your colleagues or family or other senior members, so they can give the feedback about what is missing in your resume and what you have to fill the gaps. Okay, what are the different gaps you have in your learning? So maybe for getting the job of a solution architect, you also need to learn about the DevOps, because currently you are not into DevOps. So if you don't know the DevOps tools and technologies, then a solution architect cannot bring the solutions. So what are the gaps in your learning? You have to understand that, so that how you'll come to know from your resumes feedback you can get it. And always be learning means you have to start learning the technology if you are not yet started. So you can, as I mentioned earlier, if you are interested to learn about the AWS cloud services, you can go with the webinars and events conducted by the AWS partners, something like Synergetics. We are conducting the free webinars and events. And also, you can go through the Skill Builder website, which is offering the digital learning solutions, and also the skill centers. So, as I mentioned, the skill center is currently in US, and if you are an interested person to attend the live sessions from the trainers, you can join the skill center courses, or you can visit the skill center and attend those live sessions. So there are additional instructor-led trainings available. Suppose if you have to learn about uh, the cloud on a particular domain or particular role like AI or solution architecting or cloud developer or full stack developer. So you can select a particular certification course and get the trainings from the instructor led training. Suppose interested, if you are interested, you can get the trainings from the training partners like Synergetics. We are also offering various AWS certification trainings. So if you are a beginner, it is always better to start with the fundamental certifications like a cloud practitioner certification. So get the introduction knowledge or introductory knowledge about the computers, then learn about the cloud fundamentals by getting the cloud practitioner certifications, and then you can go with the other certification. So as a fundamental step or the basic step for learning or getting the certification is to go with the cloud practitioner certification. So that's what we have discussed in this webinar. So we have just discussed the various cloud job roles that we have in and around the cloud, and identify the goals in the cloud career. So how we can prepare your resume, what you have to highlight, what you have to learn, and how to start learning the cloud technologies. And we have also identified the different training options like skill builders, the webinars and events, the live instructor-led trainings, and more. So now if you have any questions, you can post your questions in the chat. I will try to answer your questions. Hello guys, if you have any questions, please post your questions in the chat. There is a question that the AWS Enterprise Architecting track is available. So if you look into the AWS certifications track, you can see the Solution Architecting Associate and Solution Architecting Professional certifications. Okay, so there is another question. Yeah, the cloud practitioner certification is always the preliminary certification. Organization's first preference is everyone should get certified on at least on the fundamental certification, but to get the deeper knowledge on a particular track, you have to go with the associate level certification because that associate level certifications are based on your job role. Whether you are a developer, so there is a developer associate. Whether you are an infrastructure associate, there is a SysOps certification. Whether you are an architect, there is an architect associate level certification. And also there are specialty certifications, basically on machine learning or databases, security, networking, etc. So you can start with the cloud practice certification, but only the cloud practitioner certification may not help you to get into a particular role, but this will give you a visibility on the cloud technologies, because the cloud practitioner certification primarily covering the all, covering all the cloud services at a higher level, not in detail. Okay, there is solution architecting. So solution architecting is uh, in the associate level certifications. Yes, obviously you don't need to go and implement anything, because anyone who knows about the cloud technologies and their uses, they can uh, do the architecting associate level certifications. And in the professional certification, you will also go and learn something more in the cloud services. But completely, yes, as I agree, the architecting certifications is now the focus, because most of the organizations are also preferring the architecting certifications, because in the architect level certifications, you will be learning not only the particular technology, you will be covering all the technologies, whether it is related to the AI or dev tools, or maybe the data related technologies, databases, networking, and security. All technologies are covered in the architecting. That's the reason mostly the people are now going with the architect level certification. But that is also deep dives learning is required. In cloud practitioner, it is not very deep dive. It is a preliminary or fundamental knowledge only. So instead of going with a specific track, people are now more interested in the architecting, because in one certification they are able to learn everything. Yes, Abbasi, I agree that enterprise challenge, we cannot ensure that they are skilled if they get certification. Obviously, the practical knowledge is something different, but certification is the proof that you have learned something. Whether you are able to implement or not, that is something different, but that is like a proof that you have learned something. That's the reason the certificates are important nowadays. Which would be start Azure or AWS? See, both are uh, cloud server service providers, and both are strong in their in areas. If you are interested to go with the Microsoft technologies, you can go with the Azure, or if you are interested in the Amazon AWS cloud services, you can go with the AWS. So it doesn't mean that, okay, AWS is better than Azure or Azure is better than AWS. So both are top cloud service providers. So AWS there is there in the industry from last to 15, 20 years. So they are the seniors, but Microsoft Azure is also there in the industry from more than 10 years. So you can go with any of these cloud services. Any other questions? If no questions, we can wind up the session. So if you have any more questions, please post that questions in the chat.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir,
Good evening.
sir, for entering into Azure, what is the first step to enter in this line, sir? If I already I had completed full stack development, web designing and full stack development side. So if I want to go to cloud computing line, so
Mhm.
which one is the first step to enter uh, in this line, sir? If I want to go to database section line like networking line, is it possible or is it very easy to enter in this line? Or otherwise, I come to front end developer or
Yeah.
which side I have to enter? Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So currently, if you have to identify what is your current understanding of about the cloud services. Suppose you are completely new to the cloud, or you have some basic understanding, that you have to have an idea about the skills that you have currently. Secondly, you have to select a technology or cloud service provider. As I mentioned earlier, you can either go with Azure or AWS. Depends on the maybe that is depends on the organization preferences. Suppose if you are working in a company, the organization may be working on AWS and will ask you to learn AWS, or maybe they are working on Azure, they will ask you to learn Azure. So identify which provider that you want to go with, or sometimes you can, if you learn one cloud service provider, it will be very easy for you to understand and implement the other one. So that is other point. But to start with the cloud technologies, as I mentioned, it is always better to go with the foundation certifications. In Azure also there is AZ 900 certification, which is a 1 day course which will give you the basic understanding of cloud, what is the global infrastructure, and what are the different services and offerings they have, how to use the basic services like compute services, networking services, database services. So the basic level of understanding with a very limited practical experience you will get with the foundational certification. And we are also conducting the free webinars for the AWS as well as the Azure Foundation certifications. But if you want to go with the actual certifications, then you have to attend the 1 day course of that and appear for the exam. But foundational certification is not mandatory to take the advanced level certification. Suppose once you have learned, and if you are not interested to take the certification for foundation level, practitioner certification, but you want to directly want to take the advanced level certification, like that is associate level certification, you can go with that. That also based on your job role you have to select. So from your explanation, what I understand is you are a developer. So if you are a developer, you can go with the developer associate certifications, which are available in AWS as well as in Azure. So Azure Developer Associate or AWS Developer Associate certifications you can select. But also, along with that, you can also appear for the specialty certification. Suppose if you are also interested to know about security and databases, there are specialty certifications on networking, security, and databases. So you can take the developer certification and plus a specialty certification, which is database certification, or maybe security certification, or maybe DevOps certification, something like that. So these specialty certifications also available in AWS and Azure. But if you are coming from an infrastructure background and you want to get certified on the cloud, you can go with the SysOps certification from AWS, and in Azure we have the infrastructure associate certification. And also, if you are coming from a solution architect background, or you want to get into the solution architecting, then you can go with the solution architect certification. So it depends on your interest level, where you are coming from and where you want to go. Suppose if you want to stick to the development only, then you can go with the developer associate certifications. So that's what I want to say. It's now your interest area where you want to go and which kind of certification you take.
Suppose, sir, if I completed networking side, like Red Hat certificate and
Mhm.
all, no, so we coming into back end side, like a networking security side. So have to choose which certificate for Azure.
So for Azure, there is a networking and a security. The networking specialty certification is there. For
Ah,
security also, there is a separate certification there. That is specifically focusing only the security and
ah.
only the networking part. Some same certifications available on AWS also.
And one more
So
thing, sir, I want to know that basic prerequisites for entering into networking background side. Suppose I have to complete RHCS certificate or any other networking certificate for use to enter into networking in Azure
not
field.
not
Ah,
necessary, not necessary. If you have the basic understanding of networks, like what is local area network, what is IP addressing, the different types of networking devices like a hub, router, switch, and how the security systems work in the network, like firewalls. Okay, what is uh, DDoS attacks? So
yes,
if
sir.
you and what is load balancers? So if you are
Yes,
aware
sir.
about these concepts, that is
Yeah.
enough to go and appear for the certification in networking certifications in Azure or AWS. It's not necessary to have any Red Hat certifications or anything.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, okay. So here I can see some questions how the cloud practice certification helps or what type of roles we get. So I have already explained the cloud practitioner certification is a fundamental certification to learn about the cloud ecosystem. And if you are interested to go with a particular uh, role, like whether it's a developer, associate, or architect, or you are interested to learn about a particular domain, then you can go with the specialty certifications. So that you can visit the AWS certification site or certification site. You can see the complete list of certifications. So let me check for that. So here you can see the certification, like associate level certifications. You can see machine learning engineer, solution architect associate, SysOps administrator, developer associate, data engineer associate, and also there is professional certifications. And this is master advanced AWS architecting and solutions. And you can go with the DevOps engineer professional or solutions architect professional certification. And the specialty certification means if you are interested only on a particular domain or particular technology, like machine learning only I want to go, you can go with this. Or advanced in networking only you have to take, you can go with the specialty certification. Or security, this is another one. So if you want to start with, you can always go with the practitioner certification. This is the fundamental foundational certifications like the AI practitioner as well as the cloud practitioner certifications are there. Okay, Selvan, you have mentioned you are coming from a finance background and you are pursuing the cloud practitioner certification. Okay. So as I showed you the list of certifications, the after the practitioner certification, the next level is the associate level certifications. So which associate level certification you are interested in, whether you are want to go with a development or infrastructure or solution architecting. Accordingly, you can select one certification type. So if you're coming from a finance background, I hope you are not good in development, means application development. So the other two options you have is infrastructure, that is SysOps administrator and the solution architecting. SysOps administrator should have a good background in the infrastructure. So how the infrastructure implementations works. But if you go with the solution architecting, you are not going to implement anything. You have to design the systems. You have to design the uh, systems for deployment or delivery. So what kind of best practices to be followed? So all these need to be used. So you are not going to implement anything in case in this solution architecting. So if you are a non-technical person coming from a finance background and you have the understanding of cloud from the practitioner certifications, my recommendation is go with the solutions architect associate level certification first, and then you can go with the professional level certification. After 2 years or something, you can start working on or looking for the professional certification, which is solutions architecting professional. Okay, Sirna is talking about the AI. Exactly. So now we cannot exclude the AI from anything because now AI is everywhere. So for automating the infrastructure, we are using the AI. For automating the development, we are using the AI. For automating the deployment through DevOps, we are using the AI. So AI is everywhere. So uh, it is always better to learn the AI also because there is a foundational AI certification also, which is the AI practitioner certification. You can go with the AI practitioner certification along with the cloud practitioner because they go in hand because it's not necessary that you have to learn the first one to go with the second one. And also it is important nowadays to uh, learn the AI technologies because now the large number of organizations are now moving into the AI based applications and services, and more in technologies are evolved in the AI space. So it's always better to learn about the AI, but in the AI itself you have associate level certifications as well as the specialty certifications in machine learning and all available. But if you are a beginner, it's always better to go with the AI practitioner certification, which is the foundational certification. So Ambika, okay, Ambika is asking, I'm a developer, but I want to switch on cloud. So which, so if you are a developer, there is a developer associate certification, which is completely connected with your current profile because you are a developer who works in Java, .NET or any other tools. You can implement all the cloud services inside your application. So you will get into the cloud technologies and also not leaving your current profile. So that is the benefit if you go with the developer associate level certification. And later, maybe after 1 or 2 years, it's also possible to go with the solution architecting. But as a developer, currently you can look for the developer associate level certification.
Sir, sir, if I go for fundamental certificate, and
Mhm.
which one that which level of usage in that one, sir? If as a fresher, if I entered into fundamental certificate, they are
Mm.
giving into which line of work for in this?
See, practitioner certification will not give you the work related experience because it is for the freshers who is completely new to the cloud for understanding the ecosystem, like what is cloud, how the cloud is working, what are the different tools and services available in the cloud. But you are not going to learn how to use them. You will learn what are the different cloud services available, what is their use. Okay, but you are not going to use them. So without knowing how to use them, you cannot use that. So the practitioner certification is only to give you the awareness about the cloud ecosystem, like what is data center, what is availability zone, what is the networking infrastructure, how it is working. Okay, how the availability is ensured, what kind of security implementations are there, what are the tools and services we can use inside our cloud services. For example, migration. If I have to migrate my database from on-premise to cloud, what kind of tools and services I can use? Only this awareness you will get from the practitioner certification, but you are not going to use them. So after understanding the complete, like a 360-degree view of the cloud system, then you can start learning or start focusing on a particular certification. So because this practitioner certification is primarily designed for new people, means who is completely new to this cloud, to understand what is cloud, from where to start, how it works, what are the services available there, how to use those services in our current applications. Just to get the awareness, we use them. We are not going to implement them. So don't think that after completing practitioner certification, you will get any particular job because of that, because that is just an awareness certification. To get the actual work on cloud, you have to go with the associate level certification. Means if you are a developer, you can start building the applications on cloud by means after getting the developer associate, or you can start deploying the applications or start building the infrastructure after getting the sysops administrator certification, or you can start designing and implementing the solutions after getting the solutions architecting certification. So that's why I'm saying cloud practitioner certification, you can learn yourself from the skill builder website itself. There is it's not mandatory that you have to go and appear for the classes or go for the exam itself. Taking exam is always adding one extra certificate, but that will not give you any hands-on experience. For getting hands-on experience, you have to go with the associate level certifications. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And one more, sir. For example, container-oriented special tools like Kubernetes and Docker, and
Mhm.
this kind of certificates for especially for studying in these tools only. For which level of getting certificate from Azure, sir? If this special certificate, I mean special courses and all I have to complete it. After that, and which level? I mean, which post I have to get, sir? Which line of work as I get from Azure, sir?
When I'm not clear with the question, means you are asking about which certification you are is for the AWS, sorry, for the Kubernetes, or you are asking
Kubernetes.
what?
Yeah,
So
Kubernetes and Docker. Docker and Kubernetes. Suppose I learn from outside, and
Mm,
especially for in this tool only I learned very much. And if I enter into Azure cloud computing, if I get the job or not, and which line of certificate they are asking for Azure based, I mean cloud based. I have to
okay.
complete again and again one more certificate I get from Azure, or straight away I go to Kubernetes, I mean container line of work.
Say container services like Docker and Kubernetes certification, you can take from the open source communities also, because there is Docker certifications or Kubernetes certifications also available, like a CKA, like a certified Kubernetes administrator. Okay, that kind of certifications available, but that is not a Microsoft certification. It's a Kubernetes certification. So that certification will give you the understanding of what is Kubernetes and how to work with the Kubernetes. But when you come to the Azure or AWS, you are using the Kubernetes inside the cloud platform, because Kubernetes is a completely isolated technology or independent technology. You can use it on premise, you can use it in anywhere. So if you want to work with the Azure Kubernetes, that is AKS. So knowing Kubernetes an added advantage, because you already know Kubernetes. So how to use the Kubernetes inside the cloud, that you will come to know only if you are going with the infrastructure certifications or associate level certifications in the Azure. So how to use the Kubernetes and containers inside this Azure or AWS, that comes in the associate level certification. So completing the Kubernetes certification will just give you the knowledge of Kubernetes platform or Kubernetes software. But using that inside a cloud, that you have to go with the associate level certifications. Okay, and also I hope you are looking for the Azure cloud. So then you can go either with the Azure Developer Associate certification, or you can go with the Infrastructure Associate certification, because there you will learn about the container, means cloud container services. Inside that
Yes,
topic, you will be using the Docker and Kubernetes knowledge there. So you have already learned
yes,
Docker and Kubernetes. That knowledge will be useful while learning the container services in Azure. Like in Azure, you have the container instances or AKS, like Azure Kubernetes Service, Container Registry, Azure Container Apps, Azure App Service for containers. So there are many container related services there. So when you learn that, how to build and deploy the containers, that knowledge will help you to use that services. Otherwise, this is one problem which I found in associate level certification. People don't have knowledge on Docker and Kubernetes, but Docker and Kubernetes based services are there in associate level certification. So they will struggle at that time because they don't have the fundamental knowledge of Docker and Kubernetes. Because Docker and Kubernetes is actually not a cloud service, it is a independent topic. But
yes, sir.
knowing that topic is helpful in associate level certification. So people, those who don't have knowledge of Docker and Kubernetes, they have to additionally learn that to complete the associate level certification. Suppose if you have already know about that, that will help you to learn the associate level certification.
Yes, sir. Why I am asking, no, for easy to enter an Azure cloud computing line, sir. If suppose I learn from outsource like Docker and Kubernetes, I'm well known about this tools. Then I have to complete this Azure based associate certificate. Then I will enter easily, na. That's
Yes,
what I'm
yes,
asking.
obviously, definitely. Because you will get a very strong hand on the cloud
Ah,
services, means Azure Container Services. Because otherwise, you will learn about how the container services working, but you don't know how to develop a container, right? So
yes.
that makes a problem. So you have to learn again for how the container is working, how to develop a container, how the Kubernetes is working, what is a node, pod, or the other Kubernetes concepts you have to learn. But in
Yes.
certification, what you learn in the Azure certification, what you learn is how to deploy the container inside a Kubernetes cluster, how to build the cluster, how to
Yes.
manage them. But you are not learning the in Kubernetes functionalities like what is a pod or what is high availability concepts in Kubernetes. That things are not covered in cloud certifications. So learning the Kubernetes, or if you are aware about the Kubernetes and Docker, will always help you to easily understand the cloud
Also,
certifications.
yeah, also cloud certification. Okay, okay,
Correct.
okay. Yes, sir. And,
Similar,
but what?
not only in
Yeah.
case of Kubernetes, but like a
Uh,
networking also. If you already know the IP
uh,
addressing mechanism, suppose if you
yes, sir.
already know networking, it is very easy to go with the cloud networking because you are going to use that networking knowledge there. So
Yes,
nobody
sir.
will teach you the networking when you go for the cloud. So cloud, you will learn only the cloud services, which is using the networking functionalities. They will not teach you what is IP, what or
Uh,
how to create a IP range or how the IP addressing works or what is a, load balancer functionality.
yes,
So these things
sir.
if you know already, it will be very helpful for you to uh, grab that certifications.
Yes, sir. Same time, get the job very easy, now, sir. For competition level, as a fresher, we enter into Azure cloud computing. These are all the things are already had done in outsource. Then we got experience in that line. So
Mm.
if we enter into Azure cloud computing means it will
Correct.
be more easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So you
Yeah.
because if you have a experience in development, application development, plus you have a knowledge on the cloud, will help
Yes.
you to get the jobs very means you can easily switch your jobs. You can get more money from your
Yes.
employer. That is always because and that is a proof
Yes.
is that you have learned the certificate or you know the cloud services. That is a certification. That's why the companies are now asking for the certification.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, so then we'll wind up the session. So thank you everyone for your active participation and for actively asking questions about the certifications. Since this is a session on building the cloud career. So once again, thank you. Thank you for joining the
Thank you,
session.
sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.